Hey guys, this is Justin. Hello and welcome to another video. So I thought I'd give you guys an update on the copyright situation, which I detailed a couple of days ago in a prior video, which I'll link up above. I'm not going to fully explain the situation. You can watch that video if you want the details. But in short, I had over 100 videos on my channel, over 100 on one of my other channels, being fraudulently copyright claimed, resulting in, well, me losing a good deal of money. There is some really good news, but with a caveat I want to get to in a second. However, before I do, I want to give a massive thank you to everyone who supported me. Not only those of you who watched the video, which honestly is more than enough, but everyone who reached out. I got so many Instagram and Twitter DMs. If I didn't get back to you, I'm so sorry. I just got completely overwhelmed, and mostly from people with genuinely helpful advice. You guys also went to Twitter really hard, so much so that the offending company in this situation, which was called Orchard Music, was actually forced to shut off commenting on their Twitter, which I think is just great. And that takes me to the positive situation. So the fraudulent copyright claims by Orchard, and again, that's the company that was claiming they had the rights to home residence but didn't and were using it to take revenue from my videos, have now been released. As far as I can tell, and honestly, my YouTube UI at this point is buggy because I've gotten so many claims. They've all been released, which is obviously great news and is a lot of stress off my back because I couldn't even understand the full scale of my back catalog, which they were draining income from. So that's great. What's also really encouraging is the last video I uploaded, which I'm going to recommend, by the way. Not many of you saw it. It was on Thrawn. I included the introduction, no claim, which is great because it means they're also not actively scanning, at least my channel, for the music. I'm actually coming back to edit something in. I said my channel. I did also check on my hockey channel, Eck. I uploaded footage with home residence. You can see how long this takes to process, by the way, to do the copyright checks. And yeah, it came back clean. So that's good news. However, why I don't feel super positive about the situation is because this was ongoing for months. I sent them emails. I'll come back to that in a second. I complained. I messaged my YouTube rep. The only thing that got anything done was the fact that I made a big video about it, and you guys roll hard for me and helped kick up a big stink. If I had 5,000 subscribers or 50 subscribers or, you know what, maybe 100,000 subscribers, maybe I don't get the same resolution here, and I find that extremely frustrating because I have all of the assets that should be at my disposal, and even I couldn't get this done without going through these greasy back channels. I have a YouTube partner manager. Nothing happened. I have full contact with the artist. The artist is friendly with me. We talk. Nothing happens. So there's obviously just a huge flaw in the system, and it's just very, very frustrating. And this also won't be the last time that not only I deal with issues like this. I mean, right now I do have this going on my second channel, X2, to a much smaller extent. I'm just going to try to deal with it on my own. But I can already see avenues where my main channel is going to get hit with this again. For example, the song Baby Girl by Disco Lines is somehow registered under a Sony copyright, and that fully uses resonance as a backing track, and also Do You Like by Donald Glover. But anyway, I do want to take some time to address some of the helpful feedback I got and also answer some questions. The big thing everyone said, Eck, just sue them. Totally understand where you're coming from, especially because I mentioned that I'm a lawyer. The problem is, although for me personally, we're talking about a lot of money, it involves me suing a record label, and not just a record label, one that through this process I discovered is actually a subsidiary of Sony Music Group. So let's say I'm suing these guys for $5,000. Even at that point, it's nowhere near reasonable to do, just because I'm going to need an expensive lawyer. They're going to need to go to court. Like $5,000, you're going to get laughed at. It's not worth it, especially with the jurisdictional issues. Like, it's not realistic. It's not going to happen. One thing you learn when you sort of join into the legal space is how rare litigation actually is. And that's part of the thing. They know they can get away with it. If I had, deep pockets, if I were a much richer YouTuber, maybe I would honestly just do it to set precedent and because I really hate these guys, but I can't get away with that. Another sort of funny thing that came up was the fact that Orchard's offices were completely closed during all of this, and I sent an email again to the disputes team, not the first one. They said the team would not return until January 3rd, 2022, so I literally have to invent a time machine if I want them to stop yoinking my cash. I'm sure they meant 23. 2 more weeks from now. Of course, their copyright bots still run fully at this time. They can claim income for people even if they don't own the rights to the music during this time. And hey, they can turn off their Twitter comments during this time as well. Anyway, guys, I gotta give just another massive thank you to everyone who's been invested in the situation, who came out and helped make a stink for me. I also want to thank people who watch my other channels as well, because to be honest, I would be even more stressed if I hadn't sort of diversified to the EK, which is my hockey channel, and my X Clips, which is my shorter Star Wars channel pages, just because they provide so much extra and diversified revenue that even if they had claimed 100% of the videos on this channel, I would be okay, but obviously it's not fair. Anyway, until next time, be safe, have a good one. May the Force be with you.